Okay, so let's introduce you real quick to incline dumbbell press and incline dumbbell fly. So if you've looked at the normal flat bench or on the ball, obviously you can do the same exact thing. When we talk incline, for those of you who don't know, incline just means we're going to go ahead and put this bench up on an angle. What that's going to do is it's going to take the stress from your lower and your mid chest, and it's going to focus more on your upper chest. So if you find yourself lacking in the upper chest area, it's good to incorporate the incline. Now, personally, I've had shoulder surgery and I have some sensitive shoulders because I've been lifting for 20 years, so I'm very selective about my exercises. I personally do not use a very steep incline at all. I use just a slight incline because the more incline you put into the bench, the more you're going to bring your front delt and your shoulder joints into the movement. Now, there's no way around it. Anytime you do chest, you're going to bring in some triceps and you're going to bring in some front delts. However, adjusting this incline is going to determine how much stress is actually placed on your shoulder. So remember that. The steeper that incline, the more stress is going to be on your shoulder. So we want to focus on the upper chest. You want a slight incline. You can do this in a fly movement or a regular press. So I'll go ahead and pick up my weights, and as always, when I sit down, I make sure I got them on my knees, lock my feet in, and I go ahead and now, this is what I like to do. I like to take my knee and kick it up to myself if I'm going heavier. And I can go ahead and kick them both up. So, then I'm going to go ahead and just press up and keep them nice and straight. Remember, we don't want those wrists back. We want to turn those knuckles towards the ceiling like this. We might not be able to go as heavy, but we're going to isolate that upper chest a lot more. We're going to go ahead and inhale down, nice and slow. We're going to exhale up with a little bit more speed. Inhale down and exhale up with a little more speed. Now, that is the key for a incline dumbbell press. Now, let's talk about taking that movement and turning it into a dumbbell fly. So the same exact thing. We'll go ahead and use our knee to kick it up to ourselves, lock myself in. I'm going to press up the weight. I'm going to put myself at a nice angle where I'm turning these dumbbells sideways. And again, remember the fly. You're going to hug the tree. So you're just going to bring it out nice and slow and then exhale up, and it's like you're hugging a tree and wrapping your arms around a tree. The key to this is to make sure you have a slight bend in your arms and you don't let your elbows go too low because you don't want to stress out your shoulders. You want to keep your focus on the chest. So inhale down nice and slow, exhale up and hug that tree. Inhale down nice and slow, get a deep stretch, exhale up. And that is the introduction to the dumbbell press, incline dumbbell press and the incline dumbbell fly. Again, it's very important that when you're doing this, when you do that fly or that press, remember when you come down, you want to get your elbows so they're slightly below that 90-degree angle. Anything lower than that, if you get way down here and go too deep, you're going to start stressing out your front delts. So you want to make sure to keep that focus in your chest and squeeze that chest and make sure that you're feeling it in the chest muscle. If you start feeling it more in your front delt or in your shoulder joint, you know you have to adjust the exercise. There's an introduction to the incline dumbbell presses for chest.